First Corinthians 15 and verse 33. It says, "Be not deceived, evil communication corrupt good manners." Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, 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 Kalalal Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You know, just giving all praises once again to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakadash. You know, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Salutation to the men that push in this word in sincerity and in all truth. All right, one piece of GMS Trinidad, Brother Kodah, just come again to bring our faith and hope that it be edifying to the house and nation of Israel. All right, so tonight's lesson is walking circumspectly, especially in these times. All right, because we know that these times is evil. All right, because, you know, they will have, you know, people in the truth, you know, that want to have one foot in the truth and one foot basically in the world, you know, in the sense that really and truly, if you being in the truth, you're supposed to hang around men in the truth, you know. So sisters being in the truth supposed to be around sisters in the truth, you know, so that worldly communication don't come in and higher being double-minded to certain things, you know. That is why the scriptures say, it's somewhere in the book of Sirach, I believe I read it there, all right. It say basically, don't be joined unto a fool, all right. And 2/3 of Israel are foolish. All right, even the other nations are foolish because they have not the laws of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. But the 1/3 is where you will find wisdom dwelling. All right, so you have to join yourself to wise men. All right, so that you yourself will become wise. All right, so that you yourself will know how to use and operate in wisdom. All right. You can't say that you're in this truth and you want to drink and lime with 2/3, all right? It's evidently that things that they are doing, you will find yourself starting to want to do, all right? And not only that, sometimes you might be, a 2/3 might tell you, boy, we know each other, yes, what going on with you, boy? Come and take a drink, all right? And you don't know what it is these 2/3 have been mixing up themselves in daily. All right, so you will be now on the block day drinking with them, wherever is the case, and just so drive-by happen. Bullets start to spray, and you end up having to dig out shells out of your back, or end up lying down in a coffin, and you don't know where's the reason why you get shot. All right, the scriptures say that you had to operate in wisdom. All right, right now you're seeing where the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is actually separating the righteous from 2/3 of Israel and from the other nations. All right? You're seeing that separation. All right? And that's supposed to, you being in this truth, that's supposed to show you that, hey, if the Lord doing that separation, it simply means that, hey, let me hang around my crowd. Which your crowd supposed to be them that fear Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right? So it say, 1 Corinthians 15 and 33, I read it again. Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupt good manners. So hanging around evil people, all right, it could corrupt the good knowledge that you know, all right, because it could make you wanting to do things that is not of the scriptures, that is not you abiding under the shadow of the Almighty. All right, or in the secret place of the Lord, all right, which we know that secret place is the scriptures. All right, so I'll just go to the book of Psalms 1. This is Psalms 1, and I read at verse 1. It says, Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. Thy staying away from ungodly people. All right? People who not on the same wavelength as you stay away from them. All right? Nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. All right? Now, when you meditating in this good word, meditating in the law of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you gain wisdom enough to know that you don't hang around two-thirds. All right? Because they have not the love of the truth in them. All right? This is the book of Ephesians 5 and 15. It reads, See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. All right? And being wise is staying away from evil. All right? The scripture tell you, flee from evil as a man flee from a serpent. All right? If you see, let me say you in your house and you happen to see a big snake just drop out of the ceiling. You ain't going to stay around there with that snake inside of that house. You're going to look to get the hell out of there. All right? And that is how sin supposed to be towards a righteous man. All right? Sin supposed to be like a big snake in front of you. You're supposed to want to flee from that. All right? These is the things that does make Yahweh Bashem Yahushai happy with, with men on the earth. Fleeing from sin. All right? Hugging up righteousness and wisdom, but fleeing away from sin. All right? This is Colossians 4 and 5. Let's see what I say. Walk in wisdom towards them that are without, redeeming the time. All right? Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man. All right? Yeah. If a man telling you, boy, hey, you used to line with we, boy, come and take a little line now, boy. But when you look, you're seeing rum, you're seeing guns, you're seeing drugs. All right? Let your speech be seasoned with salt. Hey, I have something to do, boy. I good, you know? You don't hang around these people. All right? Yeah, in this truth, you had to walk circumspectly. All right? Not being foolish. Because coming into this truth, you ain't coming into this truth to be the same foolish man that you was before this truth. All right? Because even lying around two-thirds, it could resurrect the old man that you have put to death. All right? That old man that love partying, that love smoking, that love drinking, that love going on to other men's wives. Because these is the things, all right? The old man is alive and well in two-thirds of Israel. All right? It is alive and well in them that don't know the truth, that don't have the truth. All right? And you lying around them, that energy could come over onto you. All right? Yeah, that energy could come onto you, making you going back into the world. All right? Because there are brothers, all right, who was in the truth and who basically, where's the word I'm looking for? Who succumb, all right, to that kind of thing. You know, there was in the truth following after Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, but people, the people that they started lying around, telling them, hey, you was a good singer in the world, boy. You could be making money right now. You understand? Singing about adultery and singing about, the awaken the beast, awaken evil things, Sing about adultery, boy. Sing about men killing men. You make money, And you start to study things of the world now, and that old man start to resurrect. And before you know it, you leave the truth, going back to be a singer, singing, actually leading people back onto adultery. You understand? Leading people basically to the wrath of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You understand? There are brothers who men, I shouldn't say brothers, but there are men who was in the truth, who succumb to the old man being resurrected. Alright? And that is why the scripture tell you, stay away from evil, stay away from corrupt communication. Alright? Stay away from these things. This is Proverbs 14 and verse 8. It says, Can. This is Proverbs 14 and verse 7. It says, go from the presence of a foolish man. Let me read that again. Proverbs 14 and 7. Go from the presence of a foolish man, because what comes out of foolish people? Foolish things. Alright? Foolish people don't have wisdom. Alright? All they will tell you is foolish things. You understand? The scripture telling you plain. Go from the presence of a foolish man when thou perceivest not in him the lips of knowledge. Kalalale abasham yawashai for the scripture. You understand? Verse 8, it says, the wisdom of the prudent is to understand his way. Alright? And that is the wisdom of a careful man. Where you get that wisdom of a careful person? In the scriptures. Because when you're reading the scriptures, you will be careful not to put your foot in a sinful path. Alright? You will be careful not to put your foot in a sinful path. Yeah. So it said the wisdom of the prudent is to understand his way, but the folly of fools is deceit. You understand? Yeah. And that is where tutors of Israel does do. Deceive you into resurrecting back that old man. You understand? Tell you, hey, everything go be good, boy. You're going to make money. You're going to get a brand new car to drive. What's going on with you, boy? Just go and shoot on that man from there. Nobody ain't going to know. You understand? Yeah, this is the kind of communication that has come out from foolish people, from 2/3 of Israel and the other nations. All right? You know? This is a Yapa scripture, Proverbs 14 and 7. You know? This is 1 Corinthians 14 and 20. It says, brethren, be not as children in understanding. All right? And what the scripture say, foolishness is bound in the heart of a child. So don't be foolish in the way of understanding. Don't be in this truth and have little understanding about this truth. You understand? Howbeit in malice be as children. You understand? So yeah, in evil have little to none dwelling in you. You understand? Which I would rather say have no evil dwelling in you. No evil communication in your mind or anything like that. All right? but in understanding be men. You understand? Yeah. In this truth, let your understanding be vast. All right, in the things, in the knowledge of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That is when you're going to be recognized as a knowledgeable and wise person. You understand? All right? 2/3 of Israel ain't going to teach you the wisdom and the fear and the understanding of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That is why it makes no sense hanging around 2/3 of Israel. They have already been prepared unto death. You understand? Unto them nuclear bombs that gonna be shut off in the near future. All right? They have already been prepared unto death. So why you hanging around with them? For you to be prepared unto death too? No. But hang around with people of wisdom so that you will become wise. So that you will become as they are. All right? Well, let's get a scripture there quick. This is Philippians 1 and verse 27. Only let your conversation be as it becometh the gospel of Yahushua HaMashiach. All right? And we know that Yahushua is a very wise God. All right? He is very wise. Wisdom. The scripture tell you that the foundation basically of wisdom is Yahushua. All right? Yahushua is the embodiment of wisdom. All right? When you listen to the words of Yahushua, it make you want to hear more out of him. All right? So yeah, let your conversation be as Yahushua's conversation, which his conversation was about doing the will of his father, pleasing his father. All right? That whether I come and see you or else be absent, I may hear of your affairs, that ye stand fast in one spirit, which is the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, with one mind striving together for the faith of the gospel. You understand? Yeah. So basically, whether you are wrong, wise people, your conversation going to be wise. And even without wise people around you, your conversation still going to be of a wise nature. You understand? Yeah, this is how it's supposed to be. All right? No hanging around foolish people so that your conversation being foolish. All right? Only when you are wrong wise people, you're talking wise. But when you are wrong other people, you know, you might be in work, work full of 2/3 and corrupt communication coming out of your mouth. But when you are wrong wise people, that is when you seem to be wise. Just know that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai have his eyes on you. The scriptures say the eyes of the Lord is in every place, beholding the evil and the good. You understand? This is the book of James 3 and verse 13. It says, Who is a wise man and endureth with knowledge among you? Let him show out of a good conversation his works with meekness and wisdom. All right? So if you seem to be a wise man, at all times, this is the communication and the conversation that's supposed to be coming out of your mouth. Wise things. All right? Yeah, so this brings me, basically to my last precept. All right, within this lesson. Exodus 23 and verse 13. All right? Because even in Deuteronomy, it say, to attain to the laws of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai so that the other nation could see that this is a wise and understanding people. You understand? And that comes by you eating this rule. all right, and live in it. You know, so Exodus 23 and 13, it says, and in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect. All right? How you be circumspect? Carefully aware of all circumstances. Considerate in all that is pertinent. Pertinent. All right? That is just a definition out of Google. All right? It say Exodus 23 and 13, in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect, and make no mention of the name of other gods, neither let them be heard out of thy mouth. You understand? Because talking about other gods, there is a corrupt communication. There is something that could corrupt you and corrupt the others that are wrong you. And that even goes back to the communication that comes out of your mouth. Let it be always godly, you know, and wise and full of wisdom, so that you could bring wisdom unto them that have not. You understand? So that you could bring edification unto them that have not. All right? So yeah, so with that, I just want to give all praises once again to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rokwakodash, that will learn us to the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Salutation to the men that push this word in sincerity and in all truth. One piece of GMS Trinidad West, Brother Koda, saying Shalom, you know, until the next lesson. Shalom.